all, I'd like to welcome everybody that came here. This is a nice turnout. I appreciate every single person. Now, if we just asked ourselves, what have we done for Anthony lately? And if we can say, honestly, on Tuesday that we did as much as we could, then Anthony's got a good chance. I'd like to introduce Susan Swecker. She is currently the chairman of the Democratic Party in the state of Virginia. Executive director, I believe.
Former executive,
okay.
Long time ago.
Okay. She is a lifelong Virginian. She was born and raised up on the Swecker family farm in the picturesque Bluegrass Valley in Highland County. So she's a local girl. Her upbringing is pretty typical for most members of rural middle America. I don't know if we're exactly middle, but we're close. She has an abiding faith in God, love of country, and questions our leaders and our direction. And for her family, she has a deep belief in the Democratic Party. I hope everyone here has the same sort of background. These political beliefs aren't always well received by everyone, but this is where Susan learned the value of listening to others' opinions, being open-minded, as well as developing a tough skin.
It's a voter, potential voter. Better answer that.
Actually, it's probably a scam. Over the years, she served the party in many critical and effective ways. At 22, she became chairman of the Highland County Democratic Committee. Her first professional and campaign job was working for Jimmy Carter in 1980. I remember that election. Yeah. Although I voted for Ted Kennedy in the primary. From there, she quickly rose to the ranks of several state and national leadership roles, including the executive director of the Democratic Party, a member of the Democratic National Committee, and former chairman of the Southern Caucus. As a current member of the Democratic National Committee, she serves on the Executive Committee and the Rules and Bylaws Committee. She is widely credited with leading a successful change to move up the date of Virginia's presidential primary in the 2004 cycle, thus putting Virginia closer to the front. Susan played a leadership role in the election of Governor Terry McAuliffe and the Democratic ticket in 2013 and served as a member of McAuliffe's transition team. Susan is president of Dividing Waters Public Affairs, LLC, and Susan received her law degree from Washington Lee University and a BA from Mary Baldwin in political science. Susan, you have the floor.
Thank you. Wonderful introduction. And Ron, thank you for all you do, and Susan, and particularly for taking the chairmanship of the committee here, because that is important work. And also, best of luck on your election on Tuesday for town council. But I'm really happy to be back here in my home area. I consider all of this area my home territory, having grown up in Highland County, and I live there and live in Richmond. So I live in a pretty red area, in a pretty blue area, and so I think it keeps me kind of grounded and gives me a good perspective on things. And I'm just really happy to be out here for Anthony today and Tim Kaine, and see the level. I mean, this is a really great turnout for 11 o'clock on Thursday morning. A really great turnout, and it says something about what's going on. As Ron said, I'm from Highland County, and I love getting out here a lot. But it's fun when you go up to Northern Virginia or an urban area like that. And I like to say, I graduated fifth in my class. How nice! They're real impressed, and I go, well, it's only 28 in the class, so it's not really that impressive. But and I know this was something I used last year, but I was thinking about it. I came from Richmond this morning, so I'm caffeinated up if I seem a little bit wound up. But the leaves, I say half the leaves are turning the color of Donald Trump's hair. The other half are red, and that's going to be the only red left in Virginia on Tuesday when we get Tim Kaine. I've been out there a lot for, I call it Anthony and all the women challengers, but they're amazing. We just have great candidates this year running for Congress, and they have been great partners with Tim Kaine as well on his re-election bid. Now, I know you know this, but if you haven't seen it yet, we were talking about here a little bit. look at that Washington Post article that came out that Greg Snyder did on Anthony. I mean, it was on the whole campaign, but like that really to me is what his campaign is about. He's done over, I know he knows exactly how many, but over 100 town hall meetings in all the 22 counties. I don't even know, I think I put a lot of miles on my car, but you know, I can't imagine how many he has. But he takes questions, and he does give and take, and lots of exchange. And that was, you know, the piece about like listening to what the people think and going to the very basics of what our government ought to be, is listening to the people, not phoning it in, not showing up. I mean, he shows up. And that's a really big difference between he and his opponent. He shows up. And if you go to his website, he's got a whole thing on all the many issues that are called for. I mean, so if you need to go, you know, need to talk to some more people about him. I mean, it's just laid out very succinctly about what we need to do about the opioid crisis, what we need to do about health care, what we need to do to boost broadband, which will, this whole area could be even better. And you know, you see how much Clifton Forge is growing now and coming back, but you know, better broadband all across the night will make economic development and families come back and families thrive and help educate our kids. But he's got it all laid out there. And he outraised 2-1 last time. An incumbent congressman, and he did that with individual donors. Not PAC contributions, you know, not special interests, individual donors. So I know you know this, but something's going on out there. Something's going on, and he is ignited and engaged with the citizenry of the 9th District, unlike anything I have seen for a really long time. Now, you all know he's a farmer, and I grew up, as I said today, you know, on a family farm, and we both shoveled a lot of manure. But I don't think we've pushed around as much BS as Corey Stewart and Morgan Griffith have this cycle. I mean, they're just totally full of it. And this is a pivotal election for us. This is pivotal because we have the opportunity, once again, just like we did in 2016, you know, that was tough. That was tough. But we have to remember, we came through in Virginia. We carried the state for Hillary Clinton. We elected another congressman, Don McKeechin. We elected a rising star in LeVar Stoney for mayor. We defeated an onerous constitutional amendment on right to work by partnering up with labor. And then last year, now I was out here for that like great coffee we had last year right before the election, and you know, it was amazing what that ticket did. Ralph Northam, Justin Fairfax, Mark Herring, and picking up those 15 seats. And we gave hope, not only, Virginia gave hope, not only to the country, but to the world on that election night. And here we are again, and having a chance to say no to bigotry and hate, and yes to tolerance and fairness, that everybody gets a fair shake, and justice. And we can do that when we elect Anthony and we elect Tim Kaine. Elections do matter. They do matter. Witness Medicaid expansion. Do you think we would have gotten Medicaid expansion if we hadn't picked up those 15 House seats in that ticket? No. And so now you can start a rolling on Thursday, I believe, and 400,000 Virginians are going to have access to health care. We need Anthony in Congress to make sure that our health care, Obamacare, stays intact, it's not repealed, or that pre-existing conditions aren't taken away. Morgan Griffith is just marching right down that Trump train and, you know, cannot, you know, holding on and like, yes, yes, yes. So if we want to move Virginia forward and the country forward, we need Anthony to be there with us. So what I'm asking you today, and we've all been through these many times, is don't get distracted by the wallpaper and the chatter out there. Your mission now is to get out the vote. Take that Washington Post article, look at that website, get a hold of Anthony and his team, talk to those undecided voters, talk to those ones that, you know, don't follow politics like we do and know there's an election. You know, you can vote absentee in person until Saturday, and I think today's the last day you can request it by mail. You know, every vote counts. Every vote counts, and so I'm just asking you to please do what you always do. And I know it's a little tougher out here. Folks think it's tough, but like y'all are doing amazing work. And I just ask you to double down, stay focused, so that election night, I'm gonna be able to pick up the phone and go, Congressman-elect, congratulations. So I give you all our next Congressman, Anthony Flaccavento.